Sometimes a rose will grow in concrete. That title came to me. It sort of came out of the blue, but I think in retrospect, I was definitely influenced by the writings of Maya Angelou and Tupac. And when I wrote that song, this was probably a couple of years ago. The words came so fast, Sometimes a rose will grow in concrete. Sometimes the caged bird will sing, and like I just let it come, and I just wrote it without really editing it, because I wanted whatever that channel was to remain open, so that I could receive the message and put it on tape as pure as I could, and then when I looked back on what I had recorded or what I had written, that song is really about, like you said, it's about coming from seemingly impossible circumstances and still making beautiful things regardless, or despite those circumstances. Like I always hear people say stuff like, so-and-so came from a broken home, or, a low such and such economic background, or blah, blah, blah. And he still is a success story. And it's like, sometimes I think we have to stop pathologizing our communities. Like, people don't come out of our communities and become successful despite the community. They come out beautiful because of it. There are beautiful things in that concrete that make that rose come out the way it did, and there are beautiful things in our communities that make us come out as beautiful as we are, and make us come out producing culture that the entire world wants to copy, and create a vernacular out of a language that wasn't even ours, that everybody wants to talk like, you know what I mean? So that's what Sometimes a Rose Will Grow in Concrete is about. It's about embracing the beauty that came from the community that produced you. That's exactly what it's about. So a memorable studio moment for me was definitely when I flew my dad out to LA from DC to record on my album. Now, my father, his name is also Cy Smith. He is the original Cy Smith, and he never lets me forget it. But I learned so much about music from my dad, and I got so much of my performance sort of skills and my love for music. A lot of it really comes from him, and so I've always wanted to record him and sort of archive him in that kind of way. My father is a really great singer, but he never really took it seriously, pursued it professionally. But I always thought, as soon as I get a chance and I get the right song, I'm going to put my dad on my album. And so this was the song. It was Doowop With Dad. It's sort of a prelude to a song called Now and Later. And, we just my father used to sing doo-wop on the street corners in Queens, where he's from. And so I got him to talk a little bit about growing up in Queens. And then we sang a cappella, wait for summertime when I make you mine and I'll never let you go. And my father went to town, singing that baritone, which he does so well. And he's also a great storyteller. So that moment on the album is a favorite moment for so many people. So I'm so glad you asked me about that.